Welcome. My name is Chantal McKenzie, and I will be speaking about authentic assessment. Today, we will be covering what is authentic assessment, why should you implement authentic assessment within your classroom, and how do you implement authentic assessment in your classroom. What is authentic assessment? Authentic assessment is a way educators mark and grade students through performed and meaningful tasks. Authentic assessment mirrors the tasks and problem solving that are required in the reality outside of school. Authentic assessment is normally a two-way communication scenario, meaning students can respond to the facilitator mid-assessment and make tweaks and minor adjustments to their performance as their learning continues. It also mimics real-life situation. A driving test is an example of an authentic assessment. Within the context of early childhood, authentic assessment is the careful observation of a child's skill over time. Why should you implement authentic assessment? Essays and class tests do not relate to the real world. There is several decades of research on human learning and performance that have shown that conventional assessment alone have failed to establish valid assessment on students' higher order thinking skills or to support their capacity to perform real world tasks. Authentic assessment tasks put an emphasis on knowledge construction, complex thinking, building communication skills, and collaborating with others. Authentic assessment allows students to demonstrate the ability to perform tasks, solve problems, or express knowledge in ways which stimulate situations that are found in real life. It also prepares students to become critical thinkers, productive workers, and lifelong learners. How to implement authentic assessment. The validity of authentic assessment relies on the need for learning and assessment of learning to be contextualized and meaningful for students. Therefore, tasks should be related to real world problems that have meaning and applicability beyond academic success in school. Teachers must create a learning environment where students work collaboratively to solve problems, do authentic tasks, and construct their own meaning. Teachers are co-learners with their students instead of providers of solutions. The procedure for designing an authentic assessment task are: first, describe exactly what students should know and be able to demonstrate. Make your standards clear. Second, make the tasks meaningful to your students using a real world context. Third, require students to show what they can do with what they know to display deep knowledge and skill by producing a result, for example, a tangible product, presentation, or collection of work. Fourth, decide on the level of proficiency to be met. Fifth, express these levels of proficiency in a rubric. Sixth, ensure that your students are familiar with the rubric and engage your students in ongoing self-evaluation as they appraise the quality of their own work on the assessment. And seventh, allow allow for peer review so students are able to learn from one another. Some ways to implement authentic assessment are performance assessment, portfolios, and the project approach. Portfolios are a great way to implement authentic assessment because it is often in written form, in which teacher and student determine the topic and it is conducted over time. Portfolios allow students to reflect on their work as they collect their work throughout the semester. This can also be done in short video clips showing the student's strengths and learning growth. The project approach is the kind of authentic assessment that evaluates students' tasks in the form of investigation, including the planning, data collecting, organizing, analyzing, and presenting within a period. In performance tasks, students demonstrate for an audience that they have mastered specific learning objectives. Some more great examples of authentic assessment are writing a column for the school's paper, which requires students to evaluate and dissect information, and it challenges students to create and solve problems. Also, having students to create a commercial opens students' imagination to create their own assessment. Group works and peer feedbacks, along with creative products, which are content creation, creating a video or website. This allows students to demonstrate their creativity. Some more examples are communication activities that reinforce ideas such as asynchronous discussions, which provide students another way to share their thoughts and collect their ideas. Also, synchronous activities build a sense of immediacy and help students to think on their feet and solve problems quickly. This is like an oral exam. Thank you so much for watching this presentation on authentic assessment. If you would like to continue your journey on learning more about authentic assessment, please view these videos. The difference between traditional and authentic assessment, and authentic assessment.